welcome to episode 3 of What If Civilization Started Over. In the last episode, we saw quite a few new countries, or new tribes form. In this video, or in this episode, uh, we'll see a few of those tribes become actual countries, and a lot more expansion. So, let's get started. As usual, we'll be starting off in the Great Lake region. Firstly, with the Upper Peninsula tribe, they will be expanding more on the mainland area, kind of getting closer to like Minneapolis, because that's like right here. They'll expand or explore up around Lake Superior, as they do on both sides, and they discover this peninsula here. They'll explore Lake Huron, eventually discovering Lake Ontario and meeting up with the Pink Country as Pink tribes. The Lower Peninsula tribes will go out or go down exploring the entire Lower Peninsula, eventually getting around Lake Michigan and getting over to Lake Ontario as well, discovering this whole area. And for the expansions, as we have to do, the Upper Peninsula tribe will expand into all of this land here, as well as this decent chunk right up here. They will expand quite a bit down here, actually. They will also do a little bit of expansion in their small colony here, only taking that land, that bit of land. Now it is time for the Lower Peninsula's turn. They will climb over the entire Lower Peninsula. Forgot that. They will also claim over this bit of land here, and they will make their own small little colony across the Great Lakes, which is right here. And the last event in this area is a new country. It will be a bluish, a blue color. Yeah, like this. And it will be right in this area here. And we have the green team is now a official country. This pink color one is still just a tribe, and this blue new area here is also a tribe. To add a capital for this one real quick, it will be right by Niagara Falls. I did that clear. Right by Niagara Falls there. I'll update provinces actually. I did update the provinces to match the old borders of here, and as all of these are updated as well, with some new major cities, capital for this country here, and yeah. But I will update all of that after this episode. as we now move on to Europe. Alright, in Europe, there are four tribes: the Swiss tribe, uh, Belgian tribe, the Dutch tribe, and the Danish tribe. We see the Belgian tribe make a landing over in uh, England, and they will explore quite a bit of this land, eventually getting to the Irish Sea over in Wales and Cornwall. They will also explore across the English Channel, getting over to Brittany, and that is all the exploring they do. The Swiss tribe will explore all of this here, getting into Spain, across the Pyrenees Mountains. They'll also kind of go around the Alps, although they will kind of get into where the Alps are at, also exploring a bit in the north, but mostly getting onto the Italian peninsula and nearly reaching the Adriatic Sea. The Dutch tribes will explore a bit into the mainland of Europe, and we see the Danish tribe do almost the same, as well as getting into the Danish peninsula and islands. We also now see Switzerland, or the Swiss tribe, as well as the Dutch tribes, are both now official countries. For their expansions, the French tribes, I'm going to call them the French tribes now, because they are now mostly in France. The Dutch country, but they claimed all that. The Dutch country will claim over all of this here. This bit of land here will also go to the French tribes. A bit of a land deal is made. The French tribes will be getting. French tribes will be getting these two provinces here. So let me just. Oh, alright. French tribes got those two provinces. Now, the Danish tribes will pretty much now be just modern day Denmark if they had a bit of extra land. Finally, these tribes will be getting, well, or not Swiss tribes, Swiss country will now be getting a lot of the new land, getting all of this. Now, there will be two new tribes forming in the new areas. The first one will be tan color, similar to how this country here is too, but it's going to be brighter. But we see Brittany, the Brittany tribe forming here, and a kind of South Alpine, uh, Mediterranean country. It will be this really bright green, and it will be in all of this area here. Not quite reaching the sister or Swiss country. And quickly before I forget the capitals of this of these two countries will be right here and right up here. Okay, okay. Moving on. Right there. Moving on to the Anatolian Caucasian area. We see the P team first will be exploring a bit more into Europe, going up the coast of the Black Sea and along the coast of the Aegean Sea. They will be following the Aegean Sea in two areas, discovering many of these islands along the way. This, I just realized that there's still some blue team over here. But they will get down to about this area right here before coming back up. The blue team, not really having anywhere else to go, will expand southwards, now almost reaching down to the Mediterranean, although they're still a decent bit away. Also, hearing about the Aegean Sea, they will also try exploring out this way, but not get too far. This Tan Azerbaijan nation will explore along the south coast of the Caspian, or the west coast of the Caspian Sea, as well as exploring a bit more inland. And lastly, in this last explorations in this area, the Caucasian Green Country will explore into the Caucasus Mountains, as well as a bit up along the Caspian Sea coast. And now to expand these nations, the pink purple country will will get these lands here, as well as expanding into this land here. They also get these couple islands. Moving on to the blue team, they will take over this land here, reaching or almost reaching down into the uh, area that they were just exploring. And they're taking all of that. Next, the Caucasian country will expand into most of the Caucasus Mountains in this area here, as well as expanding east or northeastwards, eventually reaching up into this area here. They will also expand a bit along the Black Sea coast. And lastly, in this area, you see this tan country expand a bit further along the coast before kind of getting into the Caucasus Mountains in multiple areas. Alright, that's it for that area. Moving down south, the Somali country will explore all of this area, as well as finally getting this island discovered, whereas Ethiopia is focused on exploring the Red Sea coast, reaching pretty far points in Eritrea. They will eventually start exploring a bit more in Yemen area, and then begin exploring more south. For the land that the countries will get in this area, it's actually just going, other than a little bit land, it's going to be this peace deal. The, uh, the Ethiopian country gets that. Somali country gets that. Somalia, this Somalia will also get that bit. So both these two nations are now official countries, as well as the blue green countries up here. These guys are still a tribe. These guys are still a tribe. We then see these guys explore a bit, or expand a bit more down the coast, as well as up the coast, and they make a landing in Arabia. At this point, these two countries have decent relations. There's like these two, not so good. These two, not so good. Most of these guys don't really have, like, they have good relations, kinda don't. These two, not so good relations. The This guy here is just pretty much Switzerland at this point, except we have a Switzerland. They're they're just neutral with everybody. And like I said, these two have good relations. Now we move on to our final spot. Just realized I have three tan countries. I'm gonna change this country's the Chinese color after this. They will explore up into uh more Chinese territory. Eventually, they will be able to cross the Yellow Sea and discover part of the. I don't know if this is part of the Korean Peninsula or not, but either or, they will then expand southwards, getting to this area here, which in real life is very populated. It's a bit less so down here, a bit less so in this world. But they will continue exploring down the coast here, reaching areas in the far southern part of China, almost reaching to Taiwan, but they don't have ships being sent out over here. Their ships are being sent out across this area, discovering parts here and more land this area here, eventually connecting up with the Koreans. Speaking of the Koreans, they will explore more into North Korea, discovering parts that I think are Russian right here, as well as sending more boats out along this area, helping out with North Japan and discovering more of the uh, areas, or more of the islands up here. one of these is Hokkaido, one of these is Honshu. I don't know the difference, or which one. I know the difference, but I don't know which is which. But we see we see we see Japan discovering all of this land here and this bit here. As for expansions, you see the Orange Country getting that, the rest of the main island going over to Japan, and nobody takes over any of the northernmost Japan. Over here, we see so, or we see Korea will take will claim over all of this here. We see China, all of this here, as well as also claiming a bit of their land, or a bit of the discovered land from here and over here. In the southern areas, they will also claim over this, and as it seems to be a popular theme right now, we have a new country forming in this dark British brown purpley country that will be far down here. But it will be a Chile like country, just being a skinnier size along the coast. And their capital will be right here. I did it again. Right there. Alright. Now for the last event of the episode, we have the start of a small war over here between a country and a tribe. We see the army of the peninsula starts sending troops into the areas in the Little Peninsula. But that will do it for today's episode. If you enjoyed, make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.